What's going on, everybody? I hadn't been live in a minute, and with everything that's went on with No Prep Kings and Bristol, everything that's went on, I wanted to go live and just kind of talk about it for a minute. I'm probably not going to make a video because there's so much stuff that went on. I could never get it all in one video, so just gonna go live and talk about it. But before I even start talking about anything, I want to pay the bill, so to speak, and the first link in the description is going to be the link to the shirts that I had made. If you haven't went and looked at them or bought one yet, I highly suggest you do. They are probably the most comfortable shirt you will ever put on. I'm not just promoting myself, they really are. They're Gildan, they're awesome shirts, 15 to 18 bucks, or depending on where you live. I promise they are the most comfortable shirt, and I'm not going to put a dime in my pocket. I'm just going to do some more shirts that I would feel like everyone will get a kick out of or like, or you can relate to. So with that being said, that's kind of the deal with the shirts. And one more thing I want to say right quick is you do still have time to enter the giveaway with the PO box I've going. Um, PO Box 431, Jacksonville, Alabama 36265. The address is also in the description. The best package I get to the PO Box is gonna win 50 bucks. It's very simple. I'm probably gonna go live and open them all at once, and we as a channel will decide what the best is. So you still have time to get something in. Just barely, but you have time. Is probably what I'm gonna do is if you get it sent out by the last day of the month, it will be entered. So there we go. Now, as you can tell by the thumbnail, it's about the Bristol, the Outlaw Armageddon, and all, and really about Megalodon bringing home enough money to build two cars like he's got. Yeah, I'm gonna open them live. But it's about Megalodon pretty much gonna. He made enough money to build another car about just like he's got. Um, and another thing, kind of going off of that, Reaper has been doing pretty good, better than I've seen him ever do in the past couple of weeks. And he's running Megalodon's old motor. So does you think that is the reason, or what do you think that Reaper is just good at no preps, or do you think that that has anything to do with why he's doing so good? I don't know. Megalodon's always been somebody you never took lightly, and always been a finals type of guy, but he's winning everything right now. It's a he's a force right now. And there was so many upsets that you didn't see coming. I mean, which there wasn't anybody that you took lightly, but there were so many upsets that went on at these races that was insane. I had a death, and it wasn't really the family, more of like an extended family death, and I didn't get to watch them all. And I still haven't watched every single race, but right before I went live a while ago, I kind of went and watched a few of them, and there's none that I really want to just sit and talk about, but there was so many that is upsets, or like Lutz breaking in the finals. I'm not sure what happened. It looked like to me, the picture he posted looked like a lifter or something had broke. I'm not sure, but that for him to have went that far and breaking the finals, man, that had to be awful. I wonder if they had some sort of agreement, like we'll split it or what, but I don't know. But let's look at some comments right quick. Let me roll back up here to the top. What's up, Georgia? Hey, you ain't far from me. Conway, Arkansas. How am I doing? I'm here. I'm here. I'm doing this on a different device, so if I get too far behind, I probably won't be able to roll back up there and find them, because it looks like they're disappearing pretty quick. He's better at no prep. He's got to be either that, or with him going Pro Charger. I feel like he was a lot more comfortable in the Reaper car, and now that he's got the power and it's easier for him to control, like the power, that Pro Charger is not near as hard to set up, hard to drive, and hard to control, keep everything together as that nitrous was. So I feel like that has a lot to do with it. Do you think Chief will reclaim the #1 spot? I do not. I feel like Dave has it in the bag. I could be wrong, but I feel like Dave will go out #1. There's some pictures, and I've seen a bunch of them, of Dave with the crown, and we're talking live, on his car. I think it was at Outlaw Armageddon. And, to me, that really doesn't mean a whole lot. I mean, you know, him and Chief could have done that just to mess with somebody. It was sitting on his car or something like that. But I do feel like Dave has the faster car right now, and he is able to deal with the mind games and play them well enough to stay #1. I heard they did split. I feel like they did. I feel like I ain't gonna say they split 50-50, but there was some split went on, I feel like. Birdman blew his motor. He's due for one. Um, also, in my thumbnail that I've got up for this video, I put about Pro Charger taking over, and I put a picture of Birdman's new turbo on there. And I've had several people email me or comment or talk to me about it, and everyone thinks that Birdman's running a Pro Charger. Now that is one single huge turbo, and the reason they're doing that is because of the weight. There is a lot of weight that they can take off of them cars, and well, it's not really a lot, but when you're talking about race car weight, 10 pounds is a lot. So there's a lot of weight that they get to take off by running that, and they're building the same boost, so it doesn't really matter. I'm getting behind again. Enjoy your broadcast. Appreciate it, man. Hope next season of Street Outlaws has a big shakeup. I hope next season of Street Outlaws introduces a shark pool or some people that can come in and give us some fresh faces. Jackie, I feel like that was an awesome thing, and nothing to do with Reaper. I don't have a problem with Reaper. I do feel like Reaper should have either seen it coming or done what he had to do to go up more than 10. I mean, he stayed at, 8, 9, 10 for a long time. I'm talking several seasons. And he always says he has a #1 car, but he never actually has made it past 5. He might have hit 4 for a minute, but pretty well he stayed at 5. So I wish that he would do what he said he was going to do and go on up. Everybody, Reaper actually respects his fans. He does. He goes live on Facebook about every 30 minutes, and that's kind of, I don't understand that, but he does. I have nothing against Reaper at all. He has some nice cars, some fast cars, and the means to do what he's doing. So, nothing but respect for him. Don't take anything I say as I have I'm trying to disrespect anybody. I'm not. I'm just kind of putting out what I feel like is the truth. The show is a few months behind, so Dave may have got it back in real life, even if Chief does win this week. I agree. I'm going to say that a couple of weeks ago when they went to California in real life, it was all over social media. I'm going to say that's probably going to be the season opener of 12, and wherever they go I feel like either way Dave's going to be in the top 2 or 3, but, Dave's fast. Dave is fast, and I don't think anyone else in the top 2 or 3 is going to have enough time to go any further than where they're not going to be able to pass them all. You know what I mean? You're going to have Chief, Ryan, and Chuck in the top 4. There's no one else other than those 2 or 3 that can pass that many cars in one race night. There's not. I can't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow, my DVR will tell me what will happen the next week. So, they don't never say that the last episode of the season is next week. They just say the last week of list racing. So I'm going to hope that it's going to be something else at the end. Larson's a new 157. Birdman's got a new 157 turbo. There's someone else that's got, I can't think right, I'll think of it in a minute. Someone else is running a new, a single huge turbo. Package is on its way, should be by there by Friday. I had said originally that if it was the last day of the month was the ending, and it's what I'm going to do is it's got to be postmarked by the last day of the month. That's how we're going to do this. I had to brighten it up. Now I can see y'all. Yeah, the screen was going dark. How many seasons of Street Outlaws do you think we'll have, total or left? I feel like if they can turn a few things around, we can have several more. They're still making so much money off of it right now. They're not going to quit. It's going to take more people. Right now, everybody's mad and talk about not watching it or whatever, but they do end up watching it, and they still got a couple of seasons left. If they don't change, I'm gonna say two. If they do change, I don't know. If they do start, there's just one or two things that I feel like they could do without a doubt and bring the show completely back around. Number one is go down south and race the Kai and all them, and it would just be just. I don't feel like it'll ever happen, but I feel like that would bring the show around. And they could invite a lot of these no prep guys that have the guys that have made a name for themselves. They can invite them on the show and turn it around easy. But somewhere, to answer the question, somewhere between 2 and 4, I would say, is how many seasons I have left. Let me go back up here and check it out. I've been calling the 405 self-destructing for a few weeks, and people said I was crazy. The BS could go on so long. Yeah, the last list race that they had, which was Monday, I have a video that if you haven't watched it, go check it out. I I enjoyed the last one, and I've kind of got to thinking after I made that video. I don't know if I enjoyed it because I don't have a whole lot to choose from. It's been so shitty here lately that you know the little bit of stuff that went on, I enjoyed. I could have enjoyed it a lot more. I think if it would have, they could have made a better show with what they had than what they did, but didn't. They try to make 2 or 3 people shine instead of telling the truth. Um, does Pro Charger build boost faster than Turbo? Um, I'm not going to say faster. It's a more consistent, more steady boost. Turbo, it is, I feel like, more economical through the whole run than Turbo is. Turbo, with it being fed off of the exhaust and spun off the exhaust, lower RPMs, you're not getting, it's I have a video in the works right now describing all of that. Between nitrous, turbo, and Pro Charger, blower, the whole 9 yards. I have a video in the works of that right now. We'll explain it better than I can right here on live. But I feel like Pro Charger is smoother, more consistent, and I'm not going to say better or builds more or anything like that. But just when that video drops, you have to check it out. I feel like it will explain a lot of people's questions. Do you think Derek will be a great big contender for the list? Derek hasn't evolved enough. Derek has a car that me, you, and a lot of people can relate to a lot more. It is something that we could actually obtain, where the 10 that's on the list right now, or at least 8 of them, is something that the average person, me, you, people watching this, probably will never have, just because of everything that it takes to get there. I mean, you're looking at easily $100,000 plus cars, and that's just not something that anybody can just drop on something. That's a house. Need new cars like Banknote. Banknote's a heavy car. I feel like Fireball will not be doing Street Outlaws in the future. I'm not necessarily talking just about Fireball right here, but think about, if you're watching this, you've probably been watching Street Outlaws for a while. I know everyone remembers Andrade and the Cuddy. There's been several people that, I'm not going to say people didn't know them, especially people in the Midwest region knew who they was, but the average person didn't know who they was. And now they was able to take their, one season of being on Street Outlaws and turn it into a business, and they are getting paid to go around and do, events just to bring their car. and be there for a little while and sign an autograph and take a picture. And it's just the little bit of fame that they found on the show has created a completely different lifestyle for these people. And I don't even know if some of these people would want to come back to the show. And Andrade just built another car, a big tire car. I want to say it's a Nova, Chevy 2 or something like that. I'd have to look. I can't. I'm not 100% sure. I've looked at so many cars. The Honey Badger, he just put a new Whipple on his. There's several people that's upgrading their cars that is way faster than the people on Street Outlaws right now. But it is what it is. There's so many people that have made a living off of this show that you've only seen once or twice on the show. That's crazy. Oklahoma needs to visit JJ the Boss. Yeah, I believe that'll come again. I don't know, but I feel like there's a good chance that this season on Memphis, you will see them either visit the 405 or race people within the 405 or something like that to help boost Memphis's ratings. I feel like they are still shining the diamond for Memphis, and I feel like JJ, or Chief, I've heard so many times that Chief's got too big for his britches and Chief this and Chief that. I feel like JJ is very humble. JJ is very proud of what he has, and I feel like the people who decide what goes on in these shows has seen that, and they are going to give JJ the attention that JJ needs or is going to have, or that sort of thing to make his show thrive even more. Do I think there will be another Street Outlaws? I wish there was. I wish there was one in Texas. There's faster cars in Texas than there is in OKC. Big Chief forgot what got him here. They want a big gangster attitude, man. Saying that, I don't know if I thought it or I said it in one of my last videos. You used to go back and look at Chief, and you could tell he was a somewhat of a working guy. Wearing boots and blue jeans and just a average looking guy. And now he's just each to their own, and nothing about who he is or how he acts or anything like that. But he does. He is a different person completely. And I don't know him personally, but the mistress, that may have been the one I'm thinking of. He and what most of them is from Texas. I think that the ones that's running them huge 157, 150 plus millimeter turbos, I think that they actually get a weight. They can weigh less by entering the event wherever they're at. They got to weigh X amount to be able to even race in these events. And I want to say with a single turbo they get to weigh less. And with them being able to weigh less and the weight they're taking off the front of their car, they can distribute the weight where they want it. So, what do you think about the way Big Chief tried to pull a delayed light on Reaper against Ryan Martin's sidekick to knock Reaper off the list? I made a complete video on that. It was dirty, don't get me wrong, and I actually talked to Reaper's people about Reaper coming on my channel and telling his side and stuff like that, and their response, I talked to him several times, and I nearly had it. He was at a track doing some testing for Bristol, maybe, not too far, a couple of hours from where I live, and they, the way they talked was he was too heartbroken to do it, and then I actually got on one of Reaper's live feeds where he was begging people to come out and race him because they hadn't got enough people there to do it. And I told him who I was and asked him, and he said absolutely not. And 2 minutes later, I got a email from him or a private message from him wanting all my information to do it. So I have no idea. But the deal with that is the cars were outmatched. Reaper had a race car and Rican had a street car, 100%. And the rule is you don't go until you see the light. It don't matter how many steps he takes, or if it takes 10 steps, 10 minutes, whatever, you don't go till you see the light. So either way, he shouldn't, He can't go till he sees the light. And I had, there was so much controversy over that, and nothing to do with the Reaper, but I wish that they would change the light up to make them better racers and to, make some upsets happen and stuff. If you watch JJ when he, arm drops, he will change it up. He will, sometimes he'll take one step and bring the arms down. Sometimes he'll take three. Sometimes he'll wait a second. Sometimes he flags them backwards and all that, and it makes the driver have to be more ready. It does make for better racers. So it was dirty, but in a way, I would rather see him do it more if that makes any sense. 2 seasons left. Do you think the Memphis crew is going to ever take over the spotlight? And in a lot of people's eyes, they already have. Do I think they'll race against Richard Rollins again? I don't. I don't think Rollins will. Alex Laughlin, he took a big hit from that. Laughlin Motorsports, they gained a lot of publicity and all off of that. Everybody knows who he is. But personally, he took a lot. You can go look at anything Alex Laughlin posts on social media, and within the top 10 comments, someone is going to say he can't outrun somebody from the 405. So I don't know if he would or not. I think they need to go back and race big name guys from before, like Brian. I think that the race, it's going to happen in season 12 when they go out in California. I think that is going to be a race that Bodie puts on. I don't think it's going to be necessarily the 405 versus California. I think it's going to be a big race that everybody is in on because, everybody's seen Boosted there, and Boosted is not on the list anymore. So I don't know if he was just happened to be there representing for the 405 or what, but I feel like it'll be a big name race guy or a big name race with big name guys in it. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like they would benefit from doing things like that. But you got to think when they're putting on $50,000, $200,000 no prep races. Why in the world would these guys not go for that versus going on the show? I don't. It is mind blowing how much money that they are throwing at these no prep races. It's insane. They are throwing millions and millions of dollars into it, and I don't. I'm sorry about that light right above my head. It looks like I'm an angel or something with halo or something. I keep trying to move, but I can't figure out a way to. That's a little better. Do you think Fireball is going to race? Going to race what? Thanks for the shout out last week. No problem, man. I heard what Chuck did. At the end, said he tried to burn her down. I didn't. I didn't study the video. I didn't study the race. I didn't study everything that happened to it. I did see him, them two race, but from what I seen, I don't know how they could say that how he could say she burned down. I mean, it was about 5 seconds there. I don't know. It could have been something between the burnout and the pre-stage. I don't know. I don't know exactly what he's talking about, but I do know that he got in her face and stuff, and I don't know. I don't know what exactly he's talking about. I will do some more digging into it, y'all. I'm doing the best I can do. I have a goal of at least between 2 to 3 videos a week, and it's not working for me. My battery just popped up and said 15%, so we're gonna have to get with it. I watched Derek on Saturday look fast. Derek is fast, but you can't tell the difference between a 5.0 car and a 450 car. I mean, really by looking, unless you really know, they all are so fast. I think Chuck has a number one car. Chuck does have a number one car that's fast. Why don't they run a small cash days every week that would stop them race games and dodging? Hang on, why don't they they're doing a lot of small cash days, like a small tire. I don't know. I don't feel like that. I think that they're only doing the show now to promote themselves to sell T-shirts. To be honest with you, November's when the show airs. I guess talking about Memphis. Did you see Day's Facebook page where he's looking for a new chassis at 72, but it has to hold a big tire. It's probably gonna build a no prep car, man. Why not? When they're racing $50,000 and $100,000 or $200,000 races, if you had the money and the knowledge to do it, why not? I mean, you'd be stupid not to. I believe Chuck will reclaim his number spot next season. I believe he will. I don't know how long he'll hold it. I'd love to see Ryan's truck race Daddy Dave's truck on the show. You talking about the Sonoma? Sonoma would get it easily. Sonoma's moving, guys. That Sonoma's fast. Okay, here this guy right here says, and this is I'm not sure. I'm going off what he's saying. He's saying that they have to weigh 2550 for a single turbo and 29 for twins. So you're looking at what 350-pound difference, you know, and you can take and put weight where you want it. You're pulling off 100 pounds on the front, and you can put weight where you want it. Yeah, that's why they're going to these single turbos. It would be stupid not to. It'll be cool to watch the 405 versus Detroit. I agree. Um, Here we go. It was just a setup for Reaper. I think so, but I feel like Chief done it for more reasons than just to be an ass. He wants to force Reaper to either climb the list or get off and let somebody else that has the ability. I feel like with Jackie coming back on, that was something that's set up. You know, they are not looking for anyone to get on the list. They have millions of, or you know, I say millions, they have hundreds of people every day, I'm sure, begging for a chance. So they're not actually looking for anybody. They want the people that's on it, but it's got a name for themselves, to step up and race and be fast and not just sit back there at the end and, you know, do, you know, they want him to either get better or get off. That's what it is. Just let Farm Truck be the race master. I've heard that a lot. I don't know. Farm Truck is a great guy on the show. From what I've gathered, he isn't as nice and all that in real life as what they. And Farm Truck, there's no way Farm Truck would be 100% impartial. You know, he is part of Team Lutz, and I feel like somebody completely from outside is going to come in to be race master if they're going to change. But they're never going to get rid of the race master, or they're never going to get rid of Chief as the race master. So, what's up, Dustin Davis? From what it's looking like, buddy, you gonna walk off for $50. There's a lot of people saying something's on the way, but we'll just have to see. Rematch with Chicago, Stinky Pinky. A lot of people don't know about Reaper crawfishing out on the deal he agreed to in the past. He'll never get the respect he wants because of that. Tomorrow night with my I'm not gonna make them as long as I used to. We're rolling on to 30 minutes now. I'm gonna head off here in a minute. But tomorrow night I will go live again after the show, so we can discuss some of that stuff there. Any information or anything you want me to ask or talk about or mention tomorrow, send it to my email, jeastracing@gmail.com. Don't forget to go and click the link below and buy a shirt. I'm telling you, it's the best shirt you'll ever wear, and it'll help promote me and fund a small project that I have going that I want to help, you know, get funded to go. The link below, the P.O. box is also below. My battery is about to go, so I'm going to get off here. Let me know, guys. Thanks. See ya. Godspeed.